Freelander attempted to harass me repeatedly.
What do you mean he attempted to?
He worked at Lars Ericsson's drugstore and tackle shop. He was a soda jerk. Now that I think about it, he was the town jerk. Every Saturday afternoon, I'd go in and have a sundae. When Mills would arrange the ice creams...
Of any of this, I am out. I am selling my half of the building.
Fine, I'm glad. I'll tear the dump down and turn it into office space for Spornak Incorporated.
Fine.
Fine. Just don't blame me that it means throwing your uncle out on the street.
Sam, that's blackmail.
But it's got a certain logic.
So, business partners?
I have no choice.
I couldn't lie to you. That's why I told you. Don't end this, Dorothy. You mean everything to me. It's over with my wife. It's just hard to walk out is all.
Well, not for me, it isn't.
Here comes one. Too short? Next. Clayton, you're not playing fair. That's a man.
Dorothy, you just have to believe me.
It's not enough that you have had half the men in Dade County. You have to have everyone else's man. It is pathetic.
I have just never felt so betrayed in all my life. All right, I haven't been a good friend to a lot of people, but I have been a very good friend to you, Dorothy. And you take...
I had a chill.
I have another question. Are you wearing a saber under your coat?
Yeah, I think it is. I'll see you later.
Ma, take off the coat. Ma, did you forget to take your blood pressure medicine again?
Well, I'll be the bank. Oh, good. There's the cash box. Well, honey, this is empty. Oh, I know. The St. Olaf Bank was one of the first savings and loans to go under.
Bad management?
Bad contractor. They built the bank on marshland and it sank. On the snare drum. I was agreeing. Blanche, how was the concert?
It is amazing how music that loud can be so boring.
And Miles?
Oh, even more boring than the music. All he did all night was talk about you. How sweet Rose is. How...
Up at Shady Pines making boats out of popsicle sticks.
I've had it. I've just had it. In the past few days, I have been turned down for every available part-time job in Dade County that didn't involve selling cocaine.
Oh, Josie, you're the prettiest girl in the county.
Shut up! Go on, Biff.
I need your answer now, Josie. What's it going to be?
I want you to take me, Biff.
Sir, if that is the kind of respect you have for genuine Elvis memorabilia, then I kindly suggest you hand these over and remove yourself from my property.
Blanche! Blanche, I can't believe that you did that. I mean, they're just a silly salt and pepper shaker.
The king is gone, Dorothy.
Listen, sir, we don't want to give you any trouble here. You can have all our money.
No. I'm not here to rob anybody. I'm Santa's helper, for God's sakes. Give me a break.
What's this all about?
I came here because I wanted to
Sing.
Oh, I don't know. A lot of things.
Like?
Like you,
Hardly.
like me,
Definitely.
like us. These past 3 weeks have been amazing.
They have been pretty amazing.
It's amazing that I just met...
Believe me, they're much funnier dead. As I was about to enter the light, a voice boomed. Before you can enter the gates of heaven, you must patch things up with your ex-son-in-law, Stan.
You see, babe, it's all part of the big guy's master plan. I am but a humble servant.
What room are you in?
I better check. Sophia, who are Peter and Maddie, and why are they staying in Blanche's room?
Because Dorothy's room and your room are already rented.
Well, where am I going to sleep?
I could rent you half of my room.
Well, this calls for a celebration.
No, what are we celebrating? The fact that you got free champagne with your room?
We are celebrating what you said on the phone.
What did I say?
You said, Stanley, could I come to your hotel room? I have to see you.
No, that's...
Really valuable thing. Hawk it.
I can't.
$1,200. My final offer.
No, this isn't for sale. I mean, there are some things that have no price. This means a lot to me. My husband gave it to me after 38 years of marriage.
And after 38 years...
But as long as he doesn't give me a dirty look when I order lobster, I don't care.
Blanche!
Oh, all right. Maybe he's not perfect, but I happen to be in a little dating slump right now, and I'm just happier having a man who isn't perfect than looking around for one who is.
That's what Bush told everyone when he was choosing a vice president. Honey, I'm sorry. I know you meant well.
I'm not crying on account of that. I'm crying because we're all gonna die, and I still have so many things to tell you. Like what? Like, once I read your diary. You what? It was an accident, you
I realized it didn't. I just really like you.
I am a lucky guy.
Why don't we go someplace romantic for a few days?
I have to go back home tomorrow.
Oh, well, take me with you. Show me the wonders of Philadelphia, the Liberty Bell, the cream cheese.
Blanche, what happened? Blanche, she's in there. Really, Columbo?
I really don't think I need to go up there. I could see it was a goner when I drove up.
Oh, Sid, well, can't you patch it up or something?
Well, yeah, I could patch it up for you, but that won't stop more leaks when it rains again.
What are you trying to say, Sid?
You couldn't follow that?
She has trouble following Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, well, that complicates things.
Why? Don't you believe me?
It's not a question of whether or not I believe you. It's just that without substantial evidence, it's just your word against his, and a man's career is at stake.
Well, so is mine, not to mention my dignity.
I'm sorry. Look, I really am. I'd like to help you. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do.
But that's not fair.
Much smaller. But bigger than a flea circus. Tell me, Rose, did they ever shoot a herring out of a cannon?
Sorry, I guess I'm just a little wound up. Well, that's Holly now. Will you guys help me through this?
Well, sure, absolutely.
Oh, thanks a million. God, I hate this woman. Holly.
Rose, oh, Rose. It's so riot at home. His show at the club stank. What's so entertaining about a Cuban beating a drum?
Rose, there's an I Love Lucy marathon on tonight. You want to stay up and watch it with me?
That sounds great. Who's in it?
Who's in it? Oh,
It's like it's on fire.
boy, you really caught a nasty bug.
Please, I'm 84 years old. I feel like this every day.
Never fear, Dr. Rose is here. I made you both an old-fashioned St. Olaf tonic, guaranteed to get you back on your feet and put hair on your chest. That's the one nasty side.
I think you're right. Well, whose favorite is the peanut butter vanilla? Oh, it must be mine. Just put that in the freezer for me, would you, Rose? Wiedenfrugans, what a lovely idea. If we'd had them in the old days, we wouldn't have had to fight that disruptive Civil War.
He ran the feed store in our town. Of course, if the truth be known, Millie was the one who had to make change for the customers.
Rose, are you telling a story or performing our town?
Sorry. Anyway, Reverend Mackenzie made a deal with me. He said if I Sophia really fantastic.
I know. Did you see that Emma Jane eat? I could not believe my eyes. That woman must weigh 275 pounds. She never stopped shoving it in. And then she had to talk the entire time. She just sprayed food all over the table like a mist.
I'm wearing his medical alert bracelet.
When did this start?
Well, I have been allergic to penicillin ever since...
Not bad. I mean, this sick relationship.
Por favor, let me explain. I still care for you deeply. I did not mean for this to happen. It just did when I...
Oh, girls, let's stop sitting around here moping. Now that painting isn't so bad. If you stare at it long enough, it almost looks good.
I tell myself that every week after 30-something.
Simple phone conversation with that yellow-bellied sleazeball. Hello? Stan? Dorothy. Dorothy Zbornak. The one who gave you the best years of her thighs? Yes, I'm fine. Yeah, it happened.
I guess you know how I died, in that hospital. The last thing I remember, I was talking to you and Sophia, and... Hey, where is Sophia? Didn't she have her head frozen too?
I guess not. Oh, poor Ma. Instead of being here with us, she's...
Gosh, it's Tooter the Magnificent Tiger!
Oh, I've been thinking about him ever since you told us that fable. You know how it is when you just can't get something out of your head?
Oh, yeah, water's the worst. That's why I always wear earplugs when I shame without our star player.
Rose, listen, I am getting sick and tired of being made out to be a villain simply because I play by the rules.
Relax, it'll all be over tomorrow.
Yeah, if I make it that far, I think I caught something practicing out in the rain.
So did I. Gee, I hope none of the boys caught it. Don't worry about it. Those...
Seems authentic.
I just can't get over it.
Over what?
San Juan Hill, Rose. Over the fact that her father had an affair with her mammy.
I don't know what to think. This changes everything I ever thought about Big Daddy.
Well, the Indian cries out from his heart. That's the worst kind of crying.
My father's a surgeon. That's physiologically impossible. How can we be drawn into the story if you're misrepresenting the facts?
Honey, it's a make-believe skit.
Hey, everybody. We've got some great news.
We found a place. It's absolutely perfect. It's near the beach, it's reasonably priced, and it's just the right size.
Ma, that's great.
We're so excited, we can't wait to show it to you.
Sense of humor. Does it bother you that I gain weight?
Oh, I'm just so glad to have you back again. Listen, let's go and I'll show you where you'll be staying so you can unpack your things.
Now I understand why she's sleeping in Blanche's bed. We know it can support the weight of an average female and 2 Venezuelan soccer players.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you. Well, I guess we have no choice. I'll call my relatives in Minnesota and make arrangements to send baby back to the farm.
Oh, you can't do that.
Well, I'm just as disappointed as you are. No, it's been great having a pig living in the house. But we can't jeopardize baby's health. The Doc intelligent letter to Reagan and Gorbachev might just do the trick. Anybody know how many Z's there are in czar?
I don't know why I bothered to make this. I could have had Rose sit on my hand.
To this day.
Good for being in the ground for 2 hours.
Rose, what are you doing? Watching the cheese balls. You're supposed to be watching Dorothy. I was watching Dorothy. But every time I watch her, Sophia eats a cheese ball.
Honey, let her have the darn cheese balls. Nobody else wants them. It's a possibility that Sophia might be right. Maybe Emily has been abandoned.
Yes, officer, that's correct. Yeah, and we've been trying to reach them all out.
Say my prayers.
Oh, Rose, God wouldn't mind if you skipped a night.
He's very busy these days. Most of his free time is spent talking to Pat Robertson.
Hello, God, it's me, Rose Nyland. I'm sorry to be getting in touch so late tonight. I hope I didn't...
Lesson number 1, kiss.
Oh, beautiful Mother Earth! Land, God! How long were we out there?
At least 2 rosaries.
We're lucky to be alive.
And you!
Heidi-ho. Stanley, forgive me, but I don't think I'm willing to trust my future to this girl, knowing her only qualification is that you were able to pick her up in a bar.
I did not pick her up.
Struck out?
Boy, do you know me or what?
This 2 pounds! He's our best player. If Billy doesn't play, the team can't win.
Rose, rules were made for people like Billy. Little bodies don't like it when big bodies fall on them.
Which is why Raymond Burr never married.
Chop, St. Olaf's leading shepherd and notary, came to speak. Oh, it was so moving when he talked about his solitary existence with the sheep. No human contact for months at a time. Oh, just building a special relationship with God's simple...
Keep in touch with the people. We chose this house as a possibility because there are 4 senior citizens living under one roof. Now, a few other houses are being considered besides this one. If you don't mind, I'll start with Mrs. Devereaux.
Fine, we'll just be waiting in the kitchen.
Not making fun of the vice president. Rose, what are you doing? I heard the creative process is a lot like giving birth, so I'm doing my Lamaze breathing.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought I wasn't the only one with the invisible man fantasy.
They sit like that all day, every day. He's even started referring to my husband as that dumb Bajagaloop.
How'd you know that she was my mother?
Just a guess. From the way you were watching. And after what happened yesterday, I thought you might show up.
He told you about the...
What am I gonna do? My God, I'm hallucinating.
Tess.
I didn't know you weren't supposed to cut them out. I never felt so rejected in my life. Until now.
Boy, this personals idea was really a mistake.
There must be something we can do.
I think we've done quite enough already, Blanche.
I have an idea. I'm gonna set her...
Relationship that has very special problems, and only you and Jonathan can decide whether those problems are worth working out.
I can appreciate what you're going through, Rose. I once went through a very similar situation myself.
You once dated a little person?
Oh, no. No, what I was referring to in their 20s. I was taking some classes at Miss MacGyver's finishing school. And one night, Bobby Joe Springer had escorted me back to my dormitory after the annual Fine Manners Ball, when an innocent goodnight kiss developed into an evening of passion. But at 3 a.m., the door flung open, and there stood Miss MacGyver, making one of those...
That man in your suitcase?
Right. Picture it. New York City, 1956. I was a young widow returning to Sicily. There I was on the boat alone, watching Lady Liberty grow smaller in the distance, when suddenly I heard a voice from the vicinity of my knees.
I'm going!
Talk about your mixed emotions.
1934, I was thinking, boy, am I blessed to have such a precious 2-year-old in my life.
Oh, look! Here's one of us on a bicycle built for 2.
I'll never forget that spring day in 1940. I was thinking...
Ma, you're making this up!
Of course I am. How the hell should I remember?
This is just the biggest, best Christmas present I ever got.
Well, okay, let's do it. Let's get married.
No, wait a minute. Call me old-fashioned, but we got a proposal here. Let's do it right.
Oh, of course. Miles. I know it didn't turn out so well, but it was an honest mistake. Besides, something good came out of it. We learned to make souvlaki.
The point is, Rose, you do this kind of stupid thing all the time. And if you're not doing something stupid, you're saying something stupid or wearing. I found it.
Good morning.
I think Norman's finally going to invite me to the premiere of Give 'Em Hell, Harry, starring Mr. Father Mulcahy from MASH.
What does that have to do with Marguerite?
Well, it was her potion that brought us together.
Oh, please, Blanche, you still think that Marguerite has some kind of mystical powers?
Oh, all right. All in all, not bad. You want some breakfast? Not if you're making it.
Oh, come on, it's an old family favorite. Chocolate chip pancakes. Made with brown sugar, honey, whipped cream, and maple syrup.
News. They're sending me back.
Oh, Mario, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Oh, it's so unfair. I can't believe it. But listen, this doesn't mean that we're going to have to give up. We're going to fight this. There are legal ways to keep you in this country, and tomorrow morning we're going to find out. Look, Mr. Hastings, when I made those recommendations, I never intended for you to fire Mr. Terrific. I mean, I was merely
Darcy, the guy is history. His day is over. People don't want that kind of show anymore.
But the public loves
Yeah,
him.
that's his story. The numbers say different.
I found him.
Great. You got 2 minutes till airtime.
I'm not going on.
The day would come when the tables would turn and I'd have to take care of him. But I guess it has.
Sophia, why don't you come with us? It might be fun to hear Blanche's father sing.
To you, Rose, but what are you?
For 16 years, my entire life revolved around butter.
You were very fortunate. So many of us wasted our youth.
When the time came for the pageant, I was incredible. I showed poise in the evening gown competition. I was brilliant in the oral butter quiz. They couldn't even...
Is it my stroke or did they do this already?
To call them the aliens. They are the Chungs, and they happen to be very nice.
They're not very nice. They eat dogs.
Ma, they do not eat dogs.
Right. It's just a coincidence that not one ever pees on their lawn.
Ma, you made that up.
Sophia, we're not talking about them anyway, but...
Hello? Yes, this is she. Oh, my God, it's them. It's Jeopardy. I did? Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. What? Yes, she's my roommate. Oh, that is...
Well, of course, they spread a newspaper on the floor for me. No, I'm kidding. You seem so amazed.
No, I'm not amazed. I just mean I think it's nice that you do that.
It's funny. I just assumed that you knew that I ate dinner.
I meant I think it's nice that you go to people's homes for dinner. How would you like to go?
Itty-bitty detail about you.
That I'm a priest.
Uh-huh.
She didn't know.
What you think? You were just a boring dresser?
She's never seen me in cleric's clothing.
I didn't know you priests could take your clothes off.
This is wonderful.
No, it is not wonderful, Dorothy. I was lying in bed eating, and if I don't get up and walk around, I'm going to become as big as a hippo. And life, if I can still call it that, has to go on in one form or the other, so here I am. I'll just spend my remaining years in the company of women. Only reason I'm sticking around is to read Danielle Steele's next book.
Thank you for all your support.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dorothy. It's just Lucy doesn't know that that's really Fred dressed up as a burglar.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was more important.
Well, that won't be necessary. My goodness, we're 10,000 feet up. Besides, I know how you have your heart set on it.
Blanche, you're adorable.
I know.
You know, I've dated a lot of women, and every single one of them has been impressed by the caviar and the...
Right. There's an icicle forming on the nose of my bunny slippers. Ow. There, that's not so bad.
Get your bunny nose out of my butt.
I won't dance. Don't ask me. Pay attention. You're in for a treat.
Oh, Ma, not another act.
No, Dorothy, not just another act, the act. I've taken a classic and reworked it Sophia style.
Maybe you could spend a few days with Richard and his children, see how it goes.
Oh, I don't know. What if they hate me? What if I hate them?
Honey, what if you all end up liking each other?
Yeah, I guess I could at least give it a chance. Okay, then that's what I'm gonna do.
That would make it over 30 years, Rose.
It's been about an hour, Dorothy, but don't worry, Kate had a lot to get off her chest.
You think he'd at least have the courtesy to say goodbye?
He's coming back, Mom.
What?
He's getting
Me out of here.
Okay. Who is your insurance company?
Lloyd's of London. What do I look like? I'm on Medicare.
We'll tell the desk. They'll send somebody.
Oh, that's too bad.
Tragic.
Terrible.
But there's hope.
What?
There's really nothing wrong with Baby, physically.
He has a mental problem.
4 grown women decide to live with a pig, and he's the one with a mental problem?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a
I can't see a thing.
What kind of a movie is this, Dorothy?
Whip his throat out! It's a musical, Rose. I think that's Mario sitting way down there in the front. You girls stay here.
Disgrace yourself, all your family. I absolutely forbid you to go on with this foolishness 1 minute longer.
You forbid, Big Daddy? You're the one who's gone crazy, girl. I'm sorry you had to witness this spectacle, ladies. My apologies.
Oh, Big Daddy, wait.
Doorbell.
Morning, Miss Bornak. Can we come in?
Well, I don't know, Kevin. Can you?
Francis Farm, I know what I saw. There's a party out there.
Blanche, I guess we made a mistake.
Honey, look, we'll cancel the party. We'll send everybody home and forget that the whole thing ever happened.
Yo, everybody, the party is off. They want us out. But you're all welcome to come back to my place if someone can tell me where it is.
I think some of the stuff you do is illegal. I'm looking into it.
Miserable.
Let's try to get along. Mrs. Claxton, I don't know if you remember me. Dorothy Zbornak.
Sure, I know you. You're the one with nothing going on in your bedroom.
Why, you miserable! Blanche, where are you going?
I have a date.
I thought the doctor said you were to take it easy.
He did, but I'm just going stir crazy. I have to get out of this house.
Blanche, I think you should stick to the doctor's orders.
I think Dorothy's right.
Oh, nonsense. Who knows my body better than I do?
Any man in Miami not attached to a woman or a respirator.
That was the worst night I've ever spent in bed with a woman in my life.
Wait a minute, Ham. Are you saying the only reason you've kept turning me down is because of the bad time you had that night?
Yes. Oh, well, Blanche, this changes everything. Is all that...
Let them try my cupcakes.
How would that make you feel?
I'd like to think I'd understand.
Oh, good. Good. I was hoping that's what you would say. What?
I'm sorry. It's just the idea of Miles wanting to...
Your father's on the phone.
Ma, Pop's been dead for 15 years.
Oh, you're right. I'm getting old. I meant, what's for dinner?
Mail call. Rose. Dorothy.
Thank
Here
you.
you go, Sophia. Oh.
Church in style.
You are?
This is my gift to you. I just wanted a minute alone with you to give my blessings, to show I care. Don't you see? I am that hair.
I went to Grader's with you.
Sure you did. I'll never forget it. I mean, you had your hair in braids, you wore a pink bathrobe.
Pink? With a little lace trim?
Yes.
And matching slippers?
Yes.
Ham! That wasn't me, that was my sister Virginia.
You can't... That was Virginia. How could I forget that?
People at the club asked me to.
Well, Rose, why would you do such a cruel thing to me?
Well, Blanche, there could be two explanations. Either I was getting back at you for taking my earrings, or... Oh, who are we kidding? That's why I did... What do you mean?
He had a big floppy pancreas. Look, could we get back to lining the shelves?
I don't feel like it anymore.
It was still a pretty crazy thing to do, but at least it's nice to know you did it because you cared about me.
Okay, let's get back to our dates. I want Howard to get me tipsy and take advantage of me.
Blanche! Howard's my date.
Oops, living with these two pigs. At first, moving in with them seemed like a good way to save money, but it's just getting out of hand. If one isn't keeping me awake all night with her squealing, the other one is belching in my face.
Don't you just sit right over here and read your magazine, okay?
Oh, okay. Don't try to outsmart me, Dorothy. I got the mind of a fox and the butt muscles of Baryshnikov.
Well, this year we just happened to have gotten a real actor, a star of incredible magnitude. Oh, Dorothy, the Miami Community Players are going to have the extraordinary experience of working with none other than the incandescent Mr. Patrick Bone.
Oh, my, that is
Wonderful.
fantastic.
I have faith again. Kill the killers. This calls for champagne. I'll get it.
Oh, no, honey, there's none on ice.
Well, I'll put some in the freezer. Be ready in 20 minutes.
Oh, so what happens now? I guess you press charges, right?
Well, no, actually not. He might press charges, though.
Bruno Bonafiglio.
Ma, I was asleep.
So was I. That's when it came to me. Picture this. Sicily, 1922. The village is in a terrible wine crisis. It's the peak of the wine season.
No, there was something about him that turned me off. I think it was the way he cleaned his ears with his keys.
Hi.
You're home early. Did you enjoy yourself?
Not really. Miles' friends are all college professors.
So, what are you doing here? You've seen everybody, nobody found anything wrong with you, and between their workups and mine, there are no more tests to run.
Yeah, but I know
Mrs.
how
Warner, your main complaint is you're tired. I get tired too. It's called getting old.
Dr. Budd, that's not what this is.
Positive direction.
That is a very good point. I mean, she might be totally devastated. So no matter how bad the news, let's just smile and show her that we believe in her.
Guess what?
No! I got the job! Little monster's gonna be here in a minute.
Hi, I'm Bob Henderson. This is my son, Norman.
Well, hi, Norman. My name is Rose. You ready to have some fun? Yes, ma'am.
Here's a list of Norman's
12 when he stopped. He wanted to come home from school at lunchtime. I got nothing left up here.
Oh, Mom.
Well, she's gone. That's none of your business, and that's the truth. What's the biggest lie you've ever told?
I once told my sister Charmaine that she was left on our doorstep by gypsies.
What?
Well, Blanche, why would you want to do a thing like that?
She know it.
I can't remember when I had so much fun. We went dancing at the Beachcomber. We're going to go back again tomorrow night.
Jeffrey doesn't dance. He says it makes his ankles swell.
Honey, I think it's terrific that you had a good time tonight.
I have you two to thank for it. Good night.
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 13th Annual Jefferson Hospital Heart Charity Dance Marathon. Yes, sir. One word of caution before we begin. Contrary to what some folks thought last year, this marathon is not part of the cardiac rehabilitation program here at the hospital.
And your cast?
Yeah, some of the guys from the team. Are you signing it?
Correcting it. There is no K in victory. Oh, yeah, and we'll just change this to Miss Bornak eats shiitake.
We're going to jail.
I believe you, Counselor, I believe you. Just proceed. Make it quick.
Your Honor, this may be my very last appearance before the bar. Would you indulge?
Portion.
What didn't you declare, Blanche?
You.
Me?
And Rose and Sophia. I think over the past 5 years, I might have forgotten to mention that y'all are living here with me and paying rent.
We just slipped your mind?
Well, of course not, darling, but you know I think of you girls as family.
You told me exactly what you wanted me to do a dozen times. Any idiot could have done it.
I know, honey, but you were the only one going downtown. Are you sure that you dropped it off at the newspaper office?
Yes, 6 people already called while you were out. Hey, give that to me. I'll try and find it for you. What do you mean?
I mean, that part wasn't in my dream. That means the dream's broken. We're going back to Miami. We're going to be all right.
Not me. Well, you two faced your fears. Dorothy got on the plane. You faced your dream. I didn't give my speech.
Give it now. Yeah. Yes. Go on. Now, you wrote it. You give it. Go on. You can do it. On me. Oh, I could just die.
I'll bet it was Morley Safer.
Wrote that I submitted in the contest. It won first place.
Well, don't you think it's wonderful?
Anyway, I was thinking that tomorrow, when he comes over for his usual lesson, that I would give him a little, surprise party to celebrate.
Oh, I think that's a great idea. I just love surprise parties. I remember every year on my birthday, George always would take me to the too tingly and too hot.
Well, have some juice anyway, Blanche. I'd feel better.
Not that we actually do it in the studio. Laszlo's been a perfect gentleman so far. I just stand there in front of him in all my luscious nakedness and
Rose, I know this is a long shot, but did you take much acid during the 60s? Fly into a mountain.
That would be a good example of a mishap.
Rose, do me a favor. Fasten your seatbelt.
Over your mouth.
Rose, why don't we use our time constructively and work on your eulogy? Now, what are you planning to say, honey?
I don't know. I'll probably standing there harassing me. Murderers are free, rapists are free. Put a poor widow on the floor, they try to lock up. Who'd I hurt? Me.
Now look, Rose, this is it. We have had it. No mace, no tear gas, no grenades.
No jewelry. I won't be Rose, you wonderful. I don't know how to thank you. Enrique Mouse said my report was accurate and concise and very professional. Oh, it's so exciting. Tomorrow I start comparing artificial sweeteners. And next week I get to test crash helmets.
You will leave us out of that.
I don't know how to thank you all for helping me with this test. Pay us.
Ma. It's our pleasure, Rose.
Okay, what we have to do is try these different hair removal products. Why is she coming here then? Well, she's here on business. She's a world-renowned flautist.
She plays the flute.
No, Dorothy, she plays the flout. It's a Scandinavian instrument that looks like a tuba, except it's got hair on the bottom. Of course she plays the flute. Oh, that bull would have been jealous.
I just wish somebody could tell me I've done the right thing with my coat.
You've done the right thing. Rose, tell me more about Chuck.
Oh, Sophia.
Oh, hi. Come on in. Sit down. We're sorry to barge in like this. We were wondering if Mr. Fix-It was here.
Chuck is here.
Oh, darn. Do you think you could change into Mr. Fix-It?
It's a mental illness, Rose, not a masquerade party.
In Sicily, we had a guy with a multiple personality, only...
Well, I'm off. If you need something to keep you occupied tonight, Rose, why don't you take out a good book and see if you can find Waldo?
I've never liked her. Roger, Edgar, Bert, Leonard. What are they all doing here? I invited everybody in your address book. The little red one by my nightstand? No, the little black one next to your hot body oil dispenser. Wait a minute, I'm looking forward to it. I don't believe in plastic surgery. I think it's unnatural.
This from a woman who brags she slept with a pig until she was 11.
I think if it makes you feel better, to look better, there's nothing wrong with it.
Then I guess it's just that looking good isn't that important to me.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about, Rose? You wear make...
They could have come in the middle of the night while we slept. They could have crept up on us and cut our throats.
Now, look.
What? I thought you were the killers.
Relax, relax. I called the police. They stole my stole.
What?
My mink stole.
Oh, no. They're $150 a month.
Little problem. Rose, how could you get our hopes up like that? I mean, who has an extra $150 a month?
I do.
What?
I do. We'll use that bonus check I got at work.
Blanche,
Don't try and talk me out of...
Mildred, what are you doing here?
When do I always wear my lucky bowling hat?
We're bowling tonight?
Didn't you get my message the other night? No one answered the door. I figured you were napping, so I yelled outside your window we had room.
Try it now with Dorothy. Dorothy, Dorothy, Boborthy, Banana, Fana, Foborthy, Fee, Phi, Momorthy.
Get out, Rose.
Sitting around the table, where you read around the table with a lot of actors, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there with Rue and Bea, and you had to be very careful. When you'd read a line, you better be ready. You threw it over the net, and you better be ready, because you were going to get it right back. That was the most exciting read-through I've ever...
I'm just telling you what she told me.
Sorry, Ma. I wasn't paying attention. I keep thinking about Rose.
Oh, just forget about her. If she doesn't want to be our roommate, that is fine with me. In fact, I'm happy she's leaving. You see how happy I am, Dorothy? You try it. Go.
If you don't mind, Blanche, I'll laugh on the inside.
George, is that really you?
It's me, Blanche.
But you're dead. At least you're supposed to be. I married you 9 years ago. What in hell is going on?
Well, I guess the best thing to do is just give it to you plain and simple. Blanche, I staged my death.
He stained his desk? Hit it, my magnificent little songbirds.
I don't wanna take it anymore. I'll just stay your life behind the door. Just no time to stop and get away.
Disappointed. My mother wasn't exactly honest in sending in that picture.
I knew that. I have quite a few Janet Gaynors and frames around my house. Believe me, when you've been in a deep depression for 1.5 years, nothing phases you.
Well, Eddie, why can't be with our families either?
You all are not related?
Oh, no.
Really? The way you were teasing and talking to each other, I thought you were family for sure. Isn't that something?
Well, isn't it funny how sometimes it takes a total stranger to point out something that's been right there?
You know, folks, I've been at this job almost 4 years now, and in that short time, I can honestly say that I have never seen such an inept, clumsy, downright stupid attempt to avoid paying income tax.
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you.
I'm responsible for all the decisions I made in my life, and if my life didn't turn out perfectly, well, whose has?
Marianne Mobley comes to mind. I mean, she gets to sleep with Gary Collins every night. Every night.
No, what I'm trying to say is we all make the best decisions we can make.
You're here because your daughter wanted us to keep an eye on you, and I'm afraid we cannot do that anymore. Miss Bornak, please don't bring her back.
Keep an eye on me? Is that true?
Look, Ma, I'm not going to lie to you. This man is a patient here. He could be dangerous. Let's get out of here before he starts causing trouble. You just can't help yourself, can you, Blanche?
I'm home. Ma, what are you doing here?
There was no reason to stay.
I thought your grandson's graduation was next week.
There isn't gonna be a graduation. The big dope failed.
Ma, you're kidding.
Which words? You're old, you're sad, get over it.
Sophia!
So what if you knew Jesus personally? Wake up and smell the coffee, you fossil.
My mistake.
Hi, Dorothy. Cooking?
No, Rose, I'm developing pictures from the Magellan Space Program. Yes, I'm cooking.
I was just trying to make conversation. Don't talk to me like I'm stupid.
Rose, I'm concerned about Ma's first day at Cypress Grove.
Oh, I'm sure.
And apologized about the things he was saying when we were leaving. Then he invited me marlin fishing. Just the two of us on the open seas. He says it's the ideal vacation.
Sure, no witnesses.
Now, Blanche, I know you find Rex alluring, but honey, I know where you're headed. I mean, I was once in an abuse.
And I will have you know there is nothing sordid about my sex life. Nothing. Oh, great. Now I'm depressed.
You know what I hate about Sweeps Week? The news. It's sex, sex, sex. Why can't they do serious stories? Stories with political relevance.
Yeah. Is Jeremy coming over in a taxi, or is he driving the rental car to the airport?
He's taking the car.
Uh-huh. Well, that's good. Oh, I guess this is it.
Oh, I hate these moments.
Me too. I never did learn how to say goodbye.
Dress.
I am not taking mine back.
I am not taking mine back.
Girls, I really need to talk to you. This is crazy. Since when do you care how you look?
I think it started when I came down from the bell tower and had my hump fixed.
I want to go out with you.
But we shook on it and everything.
If it makes you feel any better, I'll go out with you.
Instead of her, I go out with you?
Right.
Okay.
So
So good to see you again, Blanche. And who have we here? Hello, I'm Susan Dodd.
I'm Clayton Blanche's.
And you still didn't get the part.
All right, Dorothy, I'm ready. Now tell me your bad news.
My mother is leaving. She's going to move in with my sister Gloria.
Oh, you're kidding. Sophia can't. Wait a minute. What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's awful, but I have this incredible sweet tooth.
What is it?
Cheesecake.
What kind?
Chocolate.
Oh, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Stunned. He didn't like any one of us. Well, let's get out of here. Oh, I'll meet you girls at the car. I forgot my purse.
Blanche.
Yes, Judas.
Hey, fella, your flyer's open.
Girls, look. Self-portrait by Jasper de Kimmel.
Dorothy, that picture has 3 noses.
Oh, I'm so glad that you find my... Is Blanche here?
Yes, she is. Whom shall I say is calling?
This is kind of embarrassing. Would you mind telling her Loverboy is here?
Nothing would give me greater pleasure. Blanche, Loverboy is here.
Blanche.
Oh, well, let's very quickly go over this checklist to see if you've packed everything you're going to need for your fun in the sun. Nausea pills?
Took them.
Okay, C6 skin patch.
Wearing it.
Okay, those tiny little stop-you-up tablets that I got for my visit to Mexico.
The bottle was empty. Every time we had a fight, toward the end, our place looked like Easter in Rotterdam.
It's good to see that you're not bitter.
Everybody, I'd like you to meet my future son-in-law. This is Dennis, the gorgeous doctor. Dennis, I'd like you to meet my best friends. This is Rose.
Hello, Rose.
Personally, I like to lay into a kid with a melon baller. It's got a nice weight, good balance in the hand, and it's portable.
My father used to punish us by sending us to the dairy barn to milk Alice.
Oh, what's so terrible about that?
You had to milk Alice sitting on a stool.
Most colorful dust ball I've ever seen.
This is no dust bowl, Rose.
What do you think it is?
It's a rock. I think it may be some kind of charm.
It is. I learned it from my grandmother. You see, you put a specially painted rock beneath a person's bed to bring them around.
Stanley. He said he was being shipped off to Korea and would probably die, and it would mean so much. That was my part of the war effort. It took 3 seconds. I wasn't sure that we had done anything, actually, until 9 months.
Okay, I think it can help you. I'll tell you a story, Rose. Picture it. Sicily, 1922.
Sophia, I have a problem. I just saw the guy I've been dating out with another woman. Now, what do you think I ought to do?
I think you should sit down and picture Sicily, 1922.
Want me to stop coming here? Just say so.
I want you to stop coming here.
Like hell I will.
Then what are we going to do?
Why don't we share? Let's just be sure that we both don't show up on the same night.
You mean like I would come 3 nights a week and you come 3?
Right. Oh, wait a minute. What about some...
For a minute, I thought I was back in Sicily.
Sophia, I'm sure Blanche wouldn't mind if you used her bathroom.
I hate that bathroom. There's plants everywhere and flowers on the toilet seat cover. I feel like I'm going in the woods.
Gee, I hope that's our new toilet.
Now, that's a sentence you don't hear every... Those are Malamars, Rose.
Dorothy, I want you to have a copy of my latest novel.
Scarlet Dawn at Boca Raton.
Read the inscription.
To Dorothy's Bornak,
You know what she took back? A set of pearl earrings.
the ones I fell in love with at Jordan Marsh.
Yep. Ho, ho, ho.
Ma, who cares? Rose, I love it. No, this will come in a lot handier than those pearl earrings. The next time I'm lost in the woods with a stack of pancakes.
Grandma says we have to rehearse tomorrow. In fact, we can't do anything fun because of the stupid pageant. I wish I could just go home.
Here we go. But before we sing our little hearts out, how about a hug for the best grandma in the world?
That was one of the causes. I'm not going.
You're going.
Rose, could you give me a hand?
Oh, sure.
If you will excuse me, Becky and I are having breakfast on the lanai. We're still bonding.
Dorothy, how come we never bond?
We're from before bonding and quality time.
Are really neat knots.
Dorothy, guess who's here?
My date.
Your husband.
I don't have a husband. Call the police.
Your ex-husband.
I'll call the police.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Stan.
Dorothy. In the future, I would appreciate a little advance notice when you expect... Blanche Devereaux's going on a diet.
Could you hold off until tomorrow? I got some Sara Lee stock I'd like to unload. Wait, can I have those gummy bears?
They are good.
I should have known this was going to happen. You should never work with friends. You're fired.
You can't fire me. That's against the law. That's sex discrimination.
Oh, well, I'll give you one more chance. Wait a minute. How is it?
Blanche, you're not going to believe this. I just twisted my ankle. I'm not going to be able to dance.
No, you have to.
I can't believe you forced me to dance all night in pain. I mean, if you win, you said you were going to take all the money. What do I get out of this evening? Let's samba.
Good to see you, Dorothy. It's wonderful to see you, honey. What is this? You gift wrapped your luggage? Of course not, Ma. My luggage is at the hotel. Those are gifts. You're staying at a hotel? I didn't want to inconvenience anyone. What inconvenience? You're my daughter. We shared a body for
Work, Dorothy.
Why?
Because the man is blind. Now, would the two of you please keep your noses out of my business?
Blanche, you know something. When it comes to other people, you're the one who's blind.
Ma, Shady Pines happens to be a beautiful retirement village.
Yeah, right, and Morley Safer just happened to wander in there by mistake.
Oh, Dorothy, we have great news. You're never going to guess who we got to star in this year's production at the Community Theater.
Oh, Blanche, please, you say that is Adolf Hitler.
Where's my history book? Is this the man we're talking
Yes,
about?
that is Adolf Hitler.
You can call him whatever you want, but that's Fritz Stickelmeyer. I'm assured of that.
I missed out on a lot of things because of that fear. Then, one day...
No, don't tell me. You met a handsome pilot. He invited you into the cockpit. Of course, you said yes, as you usually do in these stories. The two of you made passionate love, and now you cannot get enough of the friendly skies.
No, that's not what happened.
Here's a picture of Dorothy's 9th birthday party. Look how scared the clown looks.
You know, I can't believe you actually got a clown for my birthday. I can still see his big red nose and those huge black circles around his eyes.
Oh, he wasn't a real clown. He was a friend of your father's. He'd been beaten up the night before.
Then he took me dancing, and he was a perfect gentleman.
Get to the humiliation and degradation part.
Then I suggested we go back to his place. When we got there, I went to the bathroom to freshen up. After I had removed all of my clothes, I noticed his monogram velour.
Talk and we slept together tonight.
Not anymore. Hell, at my age, you can't take lunch for granted. I had a tuna fish sandwich.
It was beautiful.
Well, Rose never takes anything for granted. She's never afraid to try something new.
You remember the time?
Excuse me, Blanche Devereaux?
I'm Blanche Devereaux.
Blanche, my pet, I'm afraid there's been a terrible mistake. This gentleman thinks I stole your car.
My car? You stole my car?
Borrowed, precious.
That's his story, but I know what happens with older folks like yourself.
My heart is pounding in my ears. But then again, it always pounds in my ears. I could see the finish line. It was only 200-300 yards away. And then it happened. What every runner dreads. I hit the wall.
Ma, you ran out of steam.
No, I actually hit a wall.
And you fall into the arms of your valiant Galahad?
My Galahad was a balloon salesman named Sid.
Hey, who knew that sawed-off little gnome would outbid a Navy admiral and a fire chief and that jeweler who was a dead ringer for Mr. Richard Widmark?
Blanche, that was a year ago.
Never to see one another again. Rose, one of those girls was me. The other one you probably know as Mama Celeste.
Ma, why didn't you use your key?
I left it home. I thought it would weigh me down.
Oh, Lord. So long since I've been dipped. I can't even remember which end of a geflufen is up.
Look what she wants.
Dorothy, the man came at her with a hose.
Oh, come on, Ma, you haven't known him that long. Take your time. After a few months, better yet, a few years, then you can start thinking about a more physical relationship.
Look who's giving away years here.
Oh, please go on. That's such a beautiful language.
Rose, why don't we just show Mr. Vaughn around the theater?
Well, why don't I just do that myself, since I've had the most experience performing here?
Blanche, the parking lot doesn't count. Now, come on, let's take your things inside.
You know, Dorothy, I just thought of something. Lorraine's family's going to be black, too, aren't they?
Yes, Rose. You know, you could probably make them feel welcome if you do your version of that dance that the Huxtables do, the beginning of the Cosby.
What is taking so long? It's been hours.
Took me 3.5 days to have Dorothy. I finally coaxed her out with a pork chop.
You know, Ma, you're really making me feel very bad. You keep telling me how hard it was and how long it...
इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली तेव्हाच खोललंय अकाउंट त्याला खोलून झाला महिना तिला तिला देतो या रिक्वेस्ट एकीचा रिप्लाय येईना तेव्हाच खोललंय अकाउंट त्याला खोलून झाला महिना तिला तिला देतो या रिक्वेस्ट एकीचा रिप्लाय येईना पाहून एकीचा डीपी डोळ्यात साठवली पाहून एकीचा डीपी डोळ्यात साठवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इतक्यात आली रिक्वेस्ट ती वयानं भरली मोठी कोणाच्या लमाचं पाप देवा घेतो का कसोटी इतक्यात आली रिक्वेस्ट ती वयानं भरली मोठी कोणाच्या लमाचं पाप देवा घेतो का कसोटी झाला डोक्याला ताप माझ्या कशी बशी मी कटवली झाला डोक्याला ताप माझ्या कशी बशी मी कटवली स्नॅपचॅटवर भावानं पोरगी पटवली स्नॅपचॅटवर भावानं पोरगी पटवली उशिरा का होईना माझी तळमळ कळाली कशी हवी होती मला तशीच मिळाली उशिरा का होईना माझी तळमळ कळाली कशी हवी होती मला तशीच मिळाली मयशी केला विषय पूर्ण सनित चिंता मिटवली मयशी केला विषय पूर्ण सनित चिंता मिटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावानं पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावानं पोरगी पटवली सोशल मीडियावरती भावानं पोरगी पटवली सोशल मीडियावरती भावानं पोरगी पटवली
you.